In today's headlines, leaders of Cần Thơ City received a delegation from the Central Management Board of Hòa Hảo Buddhism Church. Leaders of Cần Thơ City visited and encouraged families of young men who are going to join the army and some enterprises in Bình Thủy Upper District. Leaders of Cần Thơ City came to Cần Thơ Flower Garden on Tết of the Cat 2023 to hand over the Flower Garden project. Hello, it's good to see you back here in this edition of Cần Thơ News and Top News today. On January 18th morning, State and Vice Secretary of Cần Thơ City Party Committee, come Chairman of Cần Thơ City People's Council Phạm Văn Hiểu, received a delegation from the Central Management Board of Hòa Hảo Buddhism Church and the head of Chief of the Board, Nguyễn Tấn Đạt. Representing the delegation, Mr. Nguyễn Tấn Đạt extended the best wishes to the leaders of the city on the occasion of the new year, while saying thanks for the concern of the party cooperation instructions given by relevant centers to Hòa Hảo Buddhism followers to well carrying out religious activities and actively take part in emulation movements. On behalf of the City Party Committee, State and Vice Secretary Phạm Văn Hiểu thanked the best wishes extended by the delegation while informing the delegation socio-economic situation of the city last year. He asserted that for the above-mentioned reasons, there are the contributions from Hòa Hảo Buddhism dignitaries and followers, especially on social security activities, hoping that in the coming time, Hòa Hảo Buddhism Church and followers would continue promoting recorded results, welcome life guidelines, viewpoints of the party and the state. On January 17th afternoon, State and Vice Secretary of Cần Thơ City Party Committee, come Chairman of Cần Thơ City People's Council Phạm Văn Hiểu, came to visit and encourage families of young men who are going to join the army and some enterprises in Bình Thủy Upper District. At families of recruited men, the State and Vice Secretary offered regard, encouraged, and presented gifts to the recruited men and their families, while praising their readiness for security the fatherland, hoping that the recruited men would dedicate their own efforts to the army and continue to well fulfill all assigned tasks. Visiting enterprises in Bình Thủy Upper District, the Vice Secretary got to understand the business production situation while briefing the city's socio-economic situation in 2022. He highly valued efforts exerted by the enterprises and asserted the city's companionship with the development of enterprises. On the occasion of the Spring of the Cat, the State and Vice Secretary wished employers and employees of enterprises good health, prosperity, and happiness. Leaders of Cần Thơ City's public security have just paid visits and presented gifts to former leaders of the city and the city's public security. Representing the Party Committee and Directorate of the city's public security, Senior Lieutenant Colonel Lê Đức Bảy, come Vice Director of Cần Thơ City's public security, highly valued contributions of the former leaders, offered warm regard and extended the New Year wishes with the hope that the former leaders would continue to pay attention, exchange their experiences, and share opinions to build a stronger and stronger public security force and excellently fulfill its tasks. The Management Board of Hòa Hảo Medical General Hospital, Biển Đông Seafood Limited Liability Company, and Vietnam BIDV Bank Tây Đô Branch have totally offered 400 gifts to 175 policy classified families and poor households in Long Tuyền and An Thới Wold. In the joy of the first days of the Spring of the Cat, leaders of Hòa Hảo Medical General Hospital offered regard, New Year wishes and gifts, including rice and essentials. On this occasion, Major General Vũ Cao Quân, former Commander-in-Chief of Cần Thơ City's military headquarters, member of the management board of the hospital, presented 400 gifts to the public security force of Bình Thủy Upper District. The Trade Union and Youth Union of Cần Thơ City's Electricity Company have just jointly organized visits and gift presentations at Cần Thơ City's Caring Center for Lonesome Elderly and Thiên Ân Social Sponsoring Unit in Bình Thủy Upper District. At Cần Thơ City's Caring Center for the Lonesome Elderly, the group handed 75 gifts to the elderly. Each gift is valued at 400,000 Vietnam dong. At Thiên Ân Social Sponsoring Unit, 45 gifts were handed to orphans. The gift presentation not only joined hands to help disadvantaged people, but also showed sympathy from the staff of Cần Thơ Electricity Sector. Cần Thơ City's Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee also organized to present the gifts to Hòa Hảo Buddhism in Thành on the occasion of the new spring and Tết. 40 gifts were offered to Hòa Hảo Buddhism in the town by leaders of Cần Thơ City's Vietnam Fatherland Front. Each gift is worth 500,000 Vietnam dong and a combined value of 20 million Vietnam dong. On January 18th morning, Vice Chairman of Cần Thơ City People's Committee Nguyễn Thị Khiển came to Cần Thơ Flower Garden on Tết of the Cat 2023 to hand over the Flower Garden project. As reported, Cần Thơ Flower Garden of the Spring of the Cat 2023 is located within the campus of Sông Hồng Park and has the theme of the Spring of Cần Thơ Homeland, Flowers and Fortune. Leaders of the city highly valued efforts exerted by the Counter Sports and Tourism Department for the completion of the flower garden after 12 working days. As evaluated, the flower garden ensures requirements as cited in the beginning, with the highlights on the main gate, which is offered by the symbolic animal of the year, the colorful apricot blossom garden, 5 fruit trays alongside the mascot, cat in frog costume, lanterns, and other vivid frog images. The city leaders know that units in charge to pay attention to environmental hygiene. Cần Thơ Flower Garden opens until late on the 6th day of the Lunar New Year. On January 17th afternoon at Lưu Phước Park, Cần Thơ City's Red Cross Society, in combination with Vietnam Fatherland Front, Cần Thơ City Youth Union, Cần Thơ newspaper, organized the program entitled Human, Tết and Spring of the Cat 2023. Present at the event was Vice Chairman of Vietnam Red Cross Society. To contribute to bringing a happy and warm Tết for everybody, Cần Thơ City's Red Cross Society jointly organized to present 810 gifts to people in Ninh Kiều, Bình Thủy, and Phong Điền, and disadvantaged kids in the city. Each gift is valued at 500,000 Vietnam dong. On this occasion, Cần Thơ Lottery Ticket, one member limited liability company, supported to build 4 Red Cross houses at a value of 200 million Vietnam dong. Chairman of Cần Thơ City People's Committee presented merit certificates to 2 teams and 2 individuals with good achievements in social movements. Cần Thơ City's Red Cross Society handed 13 trophies of humanitarian gold heart to sponsors of their activities. In 2022, the Study and Talent Promotion Task, the building of a learning society in Cần Thơ City, showed good progress. There are 6,796 sub-associations with 361,609 members, making up 29.62% of the city's population, surpassing the target set for the whole year of 2022. As of late 2022, 235,197 families were recognized as learning family, 599 recognized as learning family lives. Outstandingly, the study promotion associations at all levels raised support at a total value of more than 67 billion Vietnam dong, surpassing the plan by 123.38%. From this funding, 17,666 scholarships, 175,692 gifts, 29,315 gifts, and 254 bicycles were presented with a combined value of over 49.3 billion Vietnam dong. And last but not least, we have the updated weather forecast. That's all for you in this edition of Continues. If you want to watch again in this bulletin, please visit our website, kenthotv.vn. And thanks for being with us. Goodbye and see you next time.